Hello everybody, let's continue with chapter 6 from unit 1 Into the Wild part 2 by Kiran Purandare. So friends, in the first video we have seen how Kiran Purandare, that is the writer, was lost in the jungle. Now let us begin with part 2. Part 2 is all about tracking the panther of Nagarhole by Shaz Jung, who is a wildlife photographer. And Nagarhole is situated in the state of Karnataka. Nagarhole is a wildlife sanctuary. You can say it is a national park. So here it begins with Shaz Jung. Shaz Jung is a wildlife photographer, cinematographer, big cat tracker, man-animal conflict resolution seeker, and lodge owner, all rolled into one. That means he had all these qualities and he used to do all these types of work. So, whenever Shaz is away from the jungles of Nagarhole, officially which is known as Rajiv Gandhi National Park, at that time he is leading photography safaris in Africa or showcasing his work. Showcasing his work means exhibiting his work at art galleries in the capital cities. And also he is speaking to those people interested in conserving the planet's riches. Here Shaz is recalling one of the incidents during his adventures at Nagarhole. Shah says that it was somewhere around sunset. That means it was an evening time and it was about to sunset. He says that he and his companions were at a junction when they were on a tour in the Nagarhole jungles. He says that they could hear the voices or the sounds of the animals like deers. He also says that we went around a blind turn. That means they were not aware of what was going to happen further at the next turn. He continues saying that up ahead on the path was this old leopard. That means they all saw an old leopard over there. He says that he only had 3 canines. Canines means long pointed teeth. His eyes were sagging. Sagging means drooping. Close to this leopard was another very young, good-looking male leopard who was soon to come into his prime. Soon to come into his prime means soon he was going to become the king of the jungle because he was very young and energetic. Shaz says it was like looking at the past and the present. Past and the present means the old generation and the young generation. It was clear that there was going to be a fight. This means Shaz understood there was going to be a great fight. The next morning, when Shaz and his companions went back to the spot, there they saw, sitting on a high rock, was that young leopard. The blood was dripping from a gash across his face. Gash means a deep cut. He sat there like he was king of the jungle. Shaz named this leopard as Scarface, and he also says that the photographs of this leopard made him very famous among India's wildlife community. Shaz says that through his journey of photographing Scarface, the other leopards, his mates, and all the other tigers, he discovered the current protagonist of his work, that is Saya. Saya is a black panther, the world's first black panther, who lost to their habitat, that means who lost their natural surroundings or environment. Shaz also explains that where the forest ends, the fields begin. In the dry season, elephants, or you can say the wild elephants and wild boars incursions into the fields are very common. Incursions means the attacks. The wild animals attack into the field and destroy the livestock. Livestock means the big and the small animals. When Shaz learned about these animals and the loss to their habitat, Shaz created the Buffer Conflict Resolution Trust of India, that is BCRTI. BCRTI is an agency that educates or teaches the villagers who live on the fringes of the forest. Fringes means the borders of the forest. On the importance of conservation. Conservation means to prevent the resources being destroyed or wasted. Shahs also explains that older leopards like pandas who have lost territory in the forest often carry away livestock from villages. That means because they do not find their natural habitat, they enter into the fields or villages and attack the livestock. That means the small or the big animals, and this creates resentment among locals. This means the local villagers develop a feeling of resentment, that is, the feeling of hatred towards the animals, on the occasions leading to unpleasant situations. Also, Shahs has put the tourist currency to a good use. He, under the BCRTI umbrella, provides local villagers with the vocational training. And the aim of this training is to educate and teach the local villagers the merits of conservation. Conservation means to conserve or prevent the animals or the resources and how to get the advantages or benefits from them. Madegowda is one such local agriculturist who is trained at BCRTI and is now a certified naturalist employed by the bison. The Bison is an eco-friendly wildlife camp in South India. It offers some great opportunities for youngsters to learn about the area, people, the man-animal conflict, ecotourism and hotel management. Madegowda says that in the past he had lost almost 80% of a season's yield of sugarcane to such animal attacks. He used to hate them like anything, but now he learned how important these animals are and the value of protecting them. Madegowda says that he had known these jungles for 35 years. He also says that he knows where the animals are and he realized that he can guide the visitors and can get paid for it. In a way, the animals are paying him back. In the end, the writer says that the forests have taught him many things. For example, listening is a sense far more important than sight. That means you have to switch off your vehicle, sit and listen for the forest. The forest, which is constantly communicating through the voices of birds and animals. He explains that tracking an animal also teaches you life lessons. For example, the trees teach us patience, patiently bearing up with the seasons like winter and autumn, and also the attacks on them by animals, birds, and humans. For example, the streams teach us perseverance. Streams can even wear down rocks with their perseverance. Similarly, the writer says that the Black Panther has taught him patience, but above all, it has taught him never to stop discovering. There are so many amazing experiences to learn and share with the world. So, friends, finally, I would like to say that we should not intrude or interfere into the territory of the wild animals, and we should leave them to live in peace. Besides, these wild animals are not only wild but also violent and fierce. We never know how they may behave or what may be their behavior. So, with that, we have completed the chapter. Hope it is clear to you all. Thank you.